Hi, welcome to Management 301. This is the very first lecture of the course. I'm going to start with chapter 4, and I have a reason for that. I just feel that this way the course will be more organized, better structured. We will eventually cover chapters 2 and 3, though I decided to skip chapter 1 because it's a little too general and probably many of you or most of you have enough information about globalization. Just in the interest of time, I felt it would be more beneficial to focus on things that are more that are less known to you and that are more unusual. And so the very first lecture of the course focuses on differences in economic systems across countries. Since you're taking this course, or since you're pursuing your business degree, chances are you want to make money as a business person. One of the challenges you will face when you will be doing business is that once you cross the border, you may be faced with a completely different environment. And so there are many differences or many categories or criteria by which you can define an environment. And one of them will be economic system, economic environment. And so today's lecture will be about differences in economic environments, how one is different from another. And most importantly, what do you do to make sure that you make money in any economic system? So if you end up doing business in a communist country, for example, what is the best approach, what are the best practices to making money in that system? Or on the other hand, if you do business in a capitalist society, again, what are the best practices of maximizing your profits in this kind of environment? Now, before I even get into the details of the different economic systems, I want to ask you a question that I always ask my students when I teach this course in class. And the question is very simple. Which economic system is the best? As you understand, you have a continuum, right? On the one hand, you have the capitalism. On the other hand, you have the communism. And then you have everything in between, right? So capitalism, communism, some socialism, some mix in between. If I asked you which system you think is best, something's telling me that most of you would choose capitalism. And this is fine. I'm actually with you on this one. I know of communism and socialism from my personal life. I was born in the Soviet Union, and even though the country collapsed shortly after I had been born, I did experience it firsthand, and I know that system very well. Then I lived for a number of years in Germany, which is a good example of a kind of mixed economy. So lots of socialist type of things, but then also lots of capitalism. Then I moved to Canada, where I also lived for a long time, and Canada is definitely a capitalist country, but again, it has more socialist features than, for example, the United States does. Now, obviously, I live in the United States, just like you do, and the United States is probably one of the most capitalist countries on this planet. So all these systems, the whole spectrum, I've actually experienced it myself, and so when I say that I personally prefer capitalism, I actually speak from experience. But, and this is a big but, as my son says, there are many people on this planet, in fact probably the majority of people on this planet, would probably prefer to live in a different system, not in a capitalist society. There are about 1 billion Chinese who seem to prefer a command economy. There are probably as many people in other countries in Asia, in Africa, and Latin America, and former Soviet Union who genuinely, I would even say, despise capitalist approach. Are all of them wrong, or are we right and they're wrong, or are they potentially right and we are wrong? Well, again, this is not a touchy-feely course, and frankly, I don't even care who is right and who is wrong. I shouldn't. I mean, just because I like one system over the other, it shouldn't affect how I teach this course, right? But most importantly, it shouldn't matter because, again, we are not here to judge and decide which system is better. For that, you will have a course in political science. In this course, we'll learn how to make money in those different systems, and so my job is to explain the particulars of each system to you, and then make sure that when you do business in each of those systems, you're fully prepared to make money. And again, it's not to say that making money is the goal, that's what we want. No, obviously you should also think of other things. But again, the goal of this course is to teach you how to make money. And so to do so, I need to first explain to you, for example, what are the differences among economic systems and how you survive in each of them. So the plan is the following. Please watch the two video cases posted on Blackboard. Both are fairly large files, but the videos are not really that long, each about 12, maybe 13 minutes. Those are very interesting cases. I frequently hear comments from my students that those were video examples that made one of the most profound effects on them in their entire life. I often also receive emails from students who took my course a long time ago, asking to give them links to those videos, or at least tell them what those videos are called so that they can find them, because they wanted to watch them again or maybe use them in their job or in their further education. So please find those 20-30 minutes to watch those video cases. You will not regret it. I'm going to stop the part of the lecture here, first part of the lecture here, and then once you have watched the videos, please click on the next file and we'll talk more about it.